Hello, I'm Gary C. Johnson. Here in the Bluegrass, we look at a team's record to see if it's a good team. Our team has several multi-million-dollar verdicts, and in 2002, our team set the record for the largest personal injury verdict in the state of Kentucky. It's still the record. No other law firm has even come close to it.
GaryCJohnson.com 800-337-4002.
Gary C. Johnson is a personal injury attorney practicing in Pikeville, Hazard, and Central Kentucky. You can reach him at 1-800-337-4002. Life is a journey, and everyone deserves all the happiness that this life has to offer. That's why attorney Gary C. Johnson created a weekly radio program almost 20 years ago to look at ways that we can improve our relationships, our health, and most important, our frame of mind. You know, by having the right information, our choices can be easier, and so can our happiness. Welcome to this edition of Simply Life with Gary C. Johnson.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into Simply Life. I'm Keith Casebolt, and my dear friend across from me, Gary C. Johnson.
It's wonderful, isn't it, to be alive, my good friends?
You know what? Every day, thanks to you, friend, I cherish it more and more and find it to be a wonderful adventure.
It is a fantastic adventure. I think today, in view of the fact that Thanksgiving's coming up tomorrow, that we ought to discuss it just a little bit. What do you think?
Well, you know, that's a good point, because a lot of people say Thanksgiving is only one day out of the year that we're thankful, and then the rest of the time we complain about things. I hope that's not true.
No, my friends never criticize, condemn, or complain.
What is the use? It is such a
Because my friends that are listening to you have learned that it doesn't do you any good. It just makes people mad at you.
Gary,
right?
You know, I had to go out of town for the weekend, and I got to tell you this quick story. I was at a hotel that was having trouble with the elevator. I rode one elevator, and everybody that was on there was laughing and having a ball. It stopped at every floor. 20-some floors, but they had a wonderful time. The other elevator I was on, those people were not happy at all. And I kept thinking about what you teach on this program, about being there in the moment, enjoying yourself, and I thought about the difference of those two elevator rides.
Give you a hint, my friends. If you're getting on a crowded elevator and you get on it, look around and say in a voice that can be heard, now I need to make sure that this is the elevator that has the better people on it.
You'll get a resounding yes.
You will get a life out of that one.
Yeah. Everybody will say, sure, you didn't want to be on that other elevator.
Well, you could at least break the silence.
Yeah, but you know, I thought about what you said, and I found myself feeling sorry for the people on the other elevator. I thought, they're wasting a moment and they're wasting a time being aggravated because the elevator is stopping at every floor. These people on the other elevator were having a ball with it.
If you're having to spend time in a waiting room, try to strike up a conversation with some of the folks in there, if nothing else with just one of them, and listen to their story. Every one of you, my friends, has a story that is invaluable, that is unique only to you. And it is a story well worth listening to if someone would take the time to do it. So therefore, if you're in a waiting room, strike up a conversation with someone and see if you can get them to tell some of their story while you're waiting. You would be amazed how fast the time goes. And you're not just sitting there wanting to be somewhere else or looking at your phone or being in other words, you're there in the moment at the time living life.
It'll be amazing what you find out, too.
Yes, it is amazing what you will learn. And okay, now Thanksgiving, okay. Number one, my friends, that you need to be thankful for is your family. Everyone in your family, period.
All of them.
If they're your family, be thankful for them. Now you're saying, but no, so and so. No, they're family. Be thankful you have family, because if the world suddenly was about to come to an end, the folks that would be there for you and with you would be your family.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Regardless of how bad you're fighting or quarreling at each other or whatever, your family is the most important thing in your life. Your children, most important thing in your life. Period. Family. Your parents. Remember that, folks. This is important. Be thankful that you have a family. There are those that don't.
Gary, it is so easy to lose sight of the true treasures around you, what you're mentioning about with your family, and put value on other things, cars, houses, whatever. But the true wealth that you're talking about, and unfortunately sometimes we don't realize it until we lose it, is that family unit and the people that are around you.
Number 2, be thankful for your health. Because without your health, you really cannot have a quality of life.
Now, I've got to tell you, since you did the program on the love of your life being your body, I've actually been practicing what you told us on this program. I've been actually having conversations with the body. Hey, old boy, how about I take you out for a walk? I think you would enjoy a good walk. How about a good stretch?
Yeah.
And you know, it is amazing. I've laughed when I've been doing this, but it's amazing that all of a sudden you start showing a little bit more respect to the body.
As we said on that program, you have to respect and love your own body, because it's all you got. It will be with you for the rest of your life.
In whatever shape.
In whatever.
that you determine.
And remember when we talked about how that when we think of the future, that we think in terms of ourselves as a stranger in the future, that we don't think of ourselves as being us. Therefore, we treat ourselves and our body as though we are a stranger. It's going to be a stranger, and we don't care for ourselves. We don't take care of ourselves. We don't eat properly. We don't exercise. We don't do the things that we would need to do if we were looking into the future and seeing that stranger is really going to be us.
So we can look back at old pictures and say, oh, that's me. But we can't look into the future and see that person, because that person's going to be a stranger.
We've not met that person yet. We don't know them.
We know the other one.
We know the others.
Not the one to come.
So that's why it is so important, my friends, to look in the mirror every morning and say to yourself, I love you.
Hey, kid, you're all I got.
Yes, and looking over the situation here, maybe I can help take a little better care of you.
Seeing as you're all I've got and you've stuck with me, how about I treat you a little bit better?
Yeah. How about I give you a little walk or an exercise or something?
Yeah, maybe have a good night's sleep or something like that, just to reward you for being with me.
No, you're not getting a beer.
But if you're good all week, maybe this weekend.
Yeah. How many of my friends out there are totally, absolutely thankful for your parents? Because think about it. If you didn't have parents, you wouldn't be here.
Absolutely. And you know, for most of us, well, let me speak for myself. It only dawned on you after you had your own children. And then you look back and you said, oh, Lord, now I get it. Now I get why they were worried. Now I get why they stayed up. They had a curfew. They told you not to do this, not to do that. They were looking out for you. At the time you didn't see it, but now you see it.
The thing that I tell people, and those that have children know exactly what I'm talking about, you don't know what love is until you have a child. You think you know, and you think you're infatuated with this other person or whatever. You truly believe you know what love is.
Yeah.
but you don't know the depths of love and how it can be totally unconditional till you have a child. You just don't.
Changes your whole perspective.
Right.
I agree with you.
Be thankful for the fact, my friends, that you have a home, that you have a roof over your head. There are many, many thousands of people in this country that don't.
Unfortunately, Gary, that's true. And, you know, for those individuals, how traumatic is that? That they've found themselves in a situation where they're homeless or they're trying to find a place to stay. I mean, bless them every one, because that has to be a tough situation.
Be thankful that you have the means to lend a helping hand to someone.
That could be the best ever. And
Yeah.
And on top of that, let's be thankful that there's people that are providing services, providing meals. I mean, this Thanksgiving, I'm sure there's going to be so many volunteers trying to serve hot dinners and trying to give and to try to help the people that are less fortunate. And for those people pouring out their heart like they are, what a great gift.
Be thankful for the fact that the good Lord chose to have you be born.
Well, that was the ultimate lottery, wasn't it?
Yeah. That he chose to let you win.
Yeah.
And chose for you to be here on earth, unique in every way, different than everyone else. Be thankful for the fact that you're different. And you may say, well, I want to look like some movie star. No, you don't. You want to look like you. You want to look exactly like you, because that's what the good Lord intended for you to look like. And it's fine. And it's good and it's wonderful.
You know, we've got new friends listening to the program now. I loved the time you were on the television program and you said, Keith, just think, if everybody, every male in the world looked like George Clooney and there was only one Gary Johnson, can you imagine how all the women would go crazy over the one Gary Johnson, because everybody else would all look like George Clooney?
Yeah, that was my fantasy, that everybody looked like George Clooney but me.
But you're right. That's what makes everything great, is the uniqueness of everyone.
And you see people that don't like the way they look, and that's just wrong. You're not loving yourself the way that the good Lord meant for you to. You're not appreciating the fact that you're so different than other people. You say, well, I'm ugly. Well, if you're in your mind ugly, you will be ugly. But if you understand the uniqueness of what you are and who you are, you're not ugly. You're the way you were meant to be. I hope, my friends, that you understand what I'm talking about. There is no such thing as an ugly human being. Human beings are exactly the way they were meant to be by the good Lord when they were created. And it's the variety that the good Lord put on this earth for us, so that we would not all look alike.
Act alike, talk alike, be alike.
Right. So therefore, my friends, be thankful for how you look and be thankful for who you are.
And the fact that you've got to experience this life, this journey on earth.
God.
I mean, this is a pretty good little gig.
Be thankful for the dash.
Oh, yeah. The longer I get along in life, I'm more and more thankful for the dash.
Be thankful, my friends, for the fact that you have the capacity to love.
Yes. And to be loved.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Especially you love yourself, right?
Well, you know, after you told us about your body and everything, I'm starting to ask myself questions. Why all of these years was I mean to me? I mean, that wasn't the smartest thing to do.
Be thankful for your friends.
You know, Gary, that is such a... I talked with an individual the other day that lost a friend, and they teared up when they talked to me and said, I had no idea how much I confided in this friend. I had no idea how much I leaned on them. I had no idea how important their conversations were to me. And I am so sad that I didn't get to tell that person before they were gone. And I think that falls into the category for all of us.
That's true.
We can take all of that friendship for granted, not realizing how important it is to us.
So be thankful, my friends, for your friends. And actually, believe it or not, with my bottom of my heart, and I believe also from Keith, we are thankful that you folks listen and spend this time with us. I am.
Very thankful. You know, I got a real kick the other day at the grocery store. A lady had only 2 items, and I had a buggy, and I said, why don't you go ahead and go in front of me? And she said, that doesn't surprise me you would say that. I listen to the program. And I said, well, thank you for listening. Gary, it feels good to feel good and to be good to other people. And why anyone would choose to do otherwise, I have no idea.
I've said many, many years ago, we all live on this earth together. We should make the most of it. 99.9% of all people are good, wonderful human beings.
Mm-hmm.
There is a fraction of society that their hardwiring is wrong and they're criminals or whatever. But if you're out here, 99.9% or more of every human being just wants to live, take care of their family, work, go to church, and do the right thing. Now, that is our society, especially here in eastern Kentucky.
Boy, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, that's truly, if you asked any of our friends or individuals when you meet them, what are you trying to do? I'm just trying to live a good life, trying to love my family, trying to work, pay my bills, and enjoy life.
And maybe try to make a better life for my children. Now, that's the goal of the people here in this community.
So how do we get all hung up on concentrating on this 1% that doesn't have?
It's not even 1%. It's less than
0.1%.
Yeah.
Is it because of the media that
the media? Since good people doing good things don't make good news.
It's not sensational, is it?
Right.
Yeah. So we look for that headline of the horrible thing that happened across America, and we focus in on that, and then we've got all these wonderful things in our neighborhood that we lose sight of.
Yeah, and what that people are doing to help other people. It never gets publicized because it's not news, when that should be the concentration. If someone kills someone, their name should never be mentioned on the media.
I 100% agree with that.
They should never get any notoriety for that. They should never get any attention for it. They should be swept under the rug, and that's the end of it.
The unnamed assassin or the unnamed killer do not.
So that if anyone's going to go out in order to get their name in the paper or get on the news by killing someone, they will know that's not going to happen.
You're 100% right. We've got it all backwards. The headline on the 6 o'clock news is going to be so-and-so committed heinous crime. But we don't have the headline that says this great individual saved a life today, or they donated an organ, a kidney to someone and saved their life, or they pulled someone out of the stream from drowning. We don't see those stories.
That's right. They're never the headlines. But that's not ours to do, right?
No, ours is to think. And so many times you've pointed out the only thing that you can control is your own thoughts.
You can control how you choose to look at the things around you. You can control totally how you treat the people around you. You can control totally whether or not you criticize, condemn, or complain.
Mm-hmm.
You can control whether or not you're going to be impeccable with the word. You can control whether or not you choose to take things personal. You can control whether or not you are going to make assumptions that usually are wrong. And you can absolutely control whether or not you love yourself. That's your choice. Now, if you learn how to do those and you practice those, my friends, you will smile and you will be happy.
Now, that's the biggie. You always said, Keith, you can control it. You can choose to be happy. And I said, wait a minute.
You can control your anger.
Yeah. Early on, I used to say, but Gary, all these things are going on around me. This is happening. This is happening. How can I choose to be happy? But you're 100% right. Whatever's going on, you can choose to be happy.
Like I say, my friends, you won the lottery. You're born.
So we all run and get in line when we see the Mega Millions go up in the lottery, not realizing that we won that lottery a long time ago.
That's right.
The biggest and the best of all.
So, my friends, have a happy Thanksgiving. Be thankful and understand your own worth. Because if you're worthy to the good Lord, you're worthy to everybody else.
And Gary, you know, when you take that time to pause and bow your head, truly think in your mind of all the things that you're thankful for, and especially if the people around you. And if you know of someone that is in your community or around you that is not going to have someone with them, do the right thing. Step over and see them, call them, talk to them.
Spend a few minutes of your dash with them, and you will be rewarded.
You will have a happier Thanksgiving, that is for sure. Well, let's end it on saying how much we are thankful for the people that tune in, because you and I both get out a lot and we see and hear people and talk to them. And, you know, I'm kind of like you. It always surprises me when somebody says, hey, I'm listening or I'm watching. But the fact that they give us 30 minutes of their time, whether it be on the radio or on the television to tune in, that's a pretty big honor.
It's a gift. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you indeed. You can catch Gary's television show on WYMT, your CBS affiliate, Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock. A late-night replay is in Central Kentucky on your CBS affiliate, WKYT. If, by chance, you need to get a hold of Gary, you can do that. Gary at GaryCJohnson.com. To make things easier for you, you can simply go to your cell phone and hit pound hurt. Pound hurt rings right through. My friend, have a happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, I plan on it.
And we get a reprieve on the dessert, right?
That's right. I will.
And to all of our friends, Gary and I both wish you the happiest Thanksgiving ever. On behalf of Gary C. Johnson, I'm Keith Casebolt. Thank you so much for taking this time to tune in. As always, Gary and I look forward to seeing you again next week, right here, this very same time.
Thanks for listening to Simply Life with attorney Gary C. Johnson. If you'd like to reach the Gary C. Johnson Law Firm, you can call 1-800-337-4002. Until next week, may you be safe, healthy, and happy. And most of all, remember that you're unique and a gift from God. If you'd like to receive a podcast of this week's show or any future show, go to GaryCJohnson.com and sign up today. Thanks for listening to Simply Life.
Hello, I'm Gary C. Johnson. Lawyers are spending millions of dollars asking you to give them a call. What could I say to you that would make you give us a call? How about the fact I invented the concept of judo law? How about the fact that using judo law, my team set the record for the largest verdict in the state of Kentucky? No other law firm has even come close. How's that for a reason to give us the call?
800-337-4002.